We got a fun-filled show tonight.
I met a boy today.
It's your boy, Coach Career, the General. 860 Army.
She loving my style every time I'm.
You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8 you down to Nationals.
I'm around.
When certain people don't get their way or they feel slighted, they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't.
We locked the
I've never removed a staff to allow a staff to move up.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town.
What up? What up? We here, Tito.
What's going on, baby?
Season has come to an end, bro.
Yeah. Everything good in life comes to an end, brother.
That's true. It's true and sad. That's true and sad. But we here. We at the end of the road. Boy, Nicoy Samuels, what's up, my brother?
What's going on, good brother?
Getting your son all those massages for Nationals. Making sure them legs ready. Nicoy, we're gonna talk about Boston Raiders. I got something to say. And I wasn't going to eat tonight on the podcast because I get a lot of texts of people saying that I be smacking. Y'all was making me self-conscious about myself. Demetrius, what's up? But I don't be smacking, so we're not going to stop.
Yes, you do, bro. But okay.
I can't even hear myself in this own room, so why would y'all be able to hear me?
Bruh, we all can hear you.
All right.
We all can hear you. Hold on, I'm just getting the shares out, and then I'm about to get it popping.
Hey, it's Thanksgiving night, so we're gonna do 45 minutes. Quick discussion about one thing. Talk about the national games, and we have the national game of the week. We'll talk
you
about
say that all the time, and we wind up on here at 10:30. What up? It's your boy, Coach Career, the General, 860 Army.
It's your boy, PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140. And I invested in myself. Tito, it's a good day for your boy. I shared my news with you.
Yeah. You had a good week. You had a great week.
You had a great week.
You had a great week. I had a great week too. But I can't speak about my great week until December.
No, but I my week wasn't that great. It was good.
Week was good.
I had a great weekend with that football. The weekend was on fire, I'll tell you that. I can't talk about that either, but the weekend was on fire, T. You was there. It was good football.
It was good football. I mean, Connecticut dominated. What's
Madge
going on? What up, Madge? What's going on, baby? The game ain't the same without you, cuz. The game ain't the same without you. Madge ain't being around. You know what? This is the first postseason he wasn't around. And it was quiet. Madge, Madge, where you been at? We was up in your neck of the woods.
To be back in 5 years.
We was up in your neck of the woods last weekend, Madge.
Yeah, we won. We was at West Haven High School all weekend. Well, I was there all weekend. Tito tapped out. The first time I see him tap out when it was cold. I ain't never seen Tito do that.
Yo, my lips was on fire, dog. On fire.
Right, what's going on? All right, so Tito. All right, let's talk about, before we get into topics, let's talk about Pop Warner. There's a national, Tito, a national game of the week. Now, we usually do game of the weeks But this is a national game of the week.
Who was it? West
And
Chase
it is.
Apopka?
Huh?
Who?
No.
Go ahead.
Bigger game. Bigger
In
game.
that game? Then West Chase Apopka?
Oh, West Chase beat a Apopka. It's bigger than that, though. And look, only reason I'm going to say it's bigger than that is because it's bigger than that. So let me show you what the game is, y'all. National game of the week. We don't really do national game of the week. Tito, this game right here. The 12U Fleming Island Dreadnoughts, which is the number 2 team in the nation, versus the number 3 team in the nation, behind NEO Flight, both of them, the Fort Myers Firecats. I think Fort Myers actually jumped up. I think this is 1 versus 2. Remember, NEO Flight took an L. They fell to 3.
No, but isn't that they only don't play them there? They played them too at
11.
11U.
But,
At 11U.
but my point is, Fleming Island 12U won the national championship, if I'm not mistaken. Right? That's the team you
At D2. At D2 last year, I
D2.
believe. At D2.
Fort Myers lost the Division I national championship. Now they play each other to see who's coming to North Carolina. That's a banging game. That game should be live. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, that's wild. That's a wild day.
That game should be live right there.
I'm just looking at the rest of the games.
Yeah, you got Titletown. Titletown's going crazy on social media right now, talking about anybody in their way at 10U on the clock. But we know Oviedo is a perennial powerhouse. I heard Oviedo runs a 5-wide set at 10U. And we know Titletown do a little bit of everything. Run, throw, they get after it. They real fast. So that's going to be a game. It's going to be a banger. You know what I'm saying? My boy told me Fort Myers going to get all their teams down to nationals. 5 teams. I don't think I've ever seen that. This might be the first time if they pull that off. I've seen 3. I've never seen 4 or 5 teams down at nationals.
Yo, I think this gives the Southeast an advantage that they play right before coming up next weekend. That's just my thought.
Mike D's, is teams are still being invited? Well, yes. So Pacific Northwest, and I don't know this to be true. I'm telling you what I heard, and if it's true, I'm just using it as an example. I was told the Pacific Northwest does Division 2 and Division 3 per se. Not a lot of D1. If that's true, Mike, what you would have is we would need to fill in like a Division 1 11U, 12U, 13U, 9U, and 10U. So then what they do is they ask another team from another region to fill in that slot. And usually they under it's, and I don't want to say that because it's not always the local where the local national championship is. But usually they offer a region who wants to come in and fill that slot. And I think the regions talk about it way ahead of time. So it's not like any region is given precedence over another region. They try to make sure it's well-rounded and it's equal, right? So I know a lot of people think, oh, the Southeast always get the bid. That's not true. I coached many years in Pop Warner, and I think I got the bid twice. And I think New England always got a dibs at getting a bid as well. So it's not always they don't show favoritism to any, to my knowledge. Maybe it's I don't know, but to my knowledge, they don't show favoritism to any region. And I think it's dope. Look, I know y'all talk about those that take the bid, but one year I took a 14U bid, played the Eastern region at 14U, and we know when the Eastern region, when you come out at 14U, they got dogs. And we mess around and knocked them off and went to the semis. We were an invite team, and we beat the team that everybody thought in the nation was going to win. Now, we end up losing to a local team, but we knocked off a team that nobody thought we would knock off. And so, you know, when you go down there, you just never know what's going to happen. It's football, and it's any given Sunday. And so that's why you got to show up and play the game. And I get it. Everybody can't afford it, but I think it's good that we all engage. If you, you know, if you got the team and you could afford it and the team backing out, don't feel bad about taking the invite. Don't let people make you feel bad. Take the invite, give your kids the experience. At the end of the day, everybody says it's about kids, but then people don't want you to take the invite. But yeah, Mike, so that's how it go. So Tito, yeah, so let's talk about some of the national stuff that's going on, Tito. Let's talk about it. I'll put it up on the screen and then we can talk about it. You know, I see everybody talking about they're gonna be smacking. Let's do it. All right, so let's get to it. We don't know all the teams, Tito, but at 9U, we got Boston Raiders out of the Eastern region, out of New England region, Lower Perk out of Eastern. We don't know the Southeast region. We just showed that they still playing. 9U, the returning national champs. Now, I think most of their kids went to 10U, but they're still back at 9U. Odell Eagles, Westcom, Montebello Indians, NED Falcons. Mid-America is the Plainfield Saints. Somebody told me that the Plainfield Saints will win the national title game. And so, is it true? Is it not? We'll see. And then you got Park Hill Falcons, Tito. Anybody stand out to you in this bracket?
Odell, obviously. I mean, we got Boston Raiders from up our way from Central Connecticut, Tri-State Pop Warner. We got, Plainfield Saints been around forever, so that name, I've known that name forever. They're coming out of Chicagoland, Mid-America. It's all the same area. Odell's the big name there.
Then we get to the bracket I think is most stacked, and let me tell you why. You got the Mo Better Jags that won the national title game.
At D2.
At D2. You got the Odell Eagles that won the Division I national title game. You got Santa Margarita that was in the national D1 title game. And you got Titletown that was in the D2 national title game.
Right.
So this is the only bracket with all 4 9U national championship contenders that played on national championship weekend, all in one bracket. With those 4 teams alone right there, I think this is one of the hardest brackets, I think, to contend with. And I would love to see, this is me personally, I would love to see Odell Eagles versus Titletown.
You know it ain't going down like that, bro. I'm
just telling you what I would love to see. Like, I would love to see those monster matchups because we fell as fans when we don't get to see those games. If one of them falter, and look, all 4 of them can't eventually play. Like, right?
Well, Titletown gonna have to beat. They're gonna have to beat Oviedo first, so that could be Oviedo. You might be putting the carriage before the horse.
No, brother. I got Oviedo here. I'm just saying, from thinking about last year, you would love to see one of those monstrous matchups right out the gate. That's all my point is. Because what happens is, as the week play out, Tito, teams fall off, and so what we see is Odell may play like a Mo Better the first game, beat them by a point, and then win the next 2 games by 30, and we'll be saying that first game was the national championship game, right? So we miss those big games sometimes during the week. Not to discredit, you got Lake Travis out of Southwest, Tri-State Wolverines. They beat the team that was called the Northwest Tide that was down at Nationals last year, was a good team. I'm assuming Tri-State Wolverines is a good team. We do not know, Tito, what the 4th team is, that the 8th team is here. Obviously, out of the New England region, we have the Hartford Hurricanes team, which is a good team as well. And so I think this is one of the stacked brackets, and this will come down a lot to what the draw is. I think that's how it'll play out. 11U, Tito, D1 11U. Still filling out. I don't have all the details. Obviously, there's
no way
is fast break.
There's no way the Harrisburg team could be for the Mid-South. That's Harrisburg's PA. They'd have to be Eastern Region.
The Berg boys, I thought that they were from.
No, it says it right there. Harrisburg, PA. You got it right there.
I wrote that. Let me confirm that. But you might be right, but they might be Division II then. Berg boys. They might be Division
Fast
Two.
Fast Break won this division last year, right?
Fast Break won this division. Look, this is what we got. D1, it says champion, state champions, and now the Mid-South champions. Yeah. It must be a different, they must not be PA then. But then Harrisburg.
Look, it says Kentucky. Read it. It says
No, I see you. It's not PA. We need to change that. But the Berg boys look like they running power football too. If you watch this, I love these we rarely see, you know. Look like they're running some power football up tackle. Nice fast running back. Number 5. Look like he's doing this thing. Berg boys. Never heard of y'all, but I look forward to seeing y'all. If anybody out there know who the Berg boys are, Mr. Tim Webb. What's up, my brother? How you doing, man? So yeah, the Berg boys, Tito.
they saying they from Carolina. Somebody saying they from Carolina.
Harrisburg, North Carolina. All right, let me edit this. Can I edit this? I think I can edit this.
What up, man?
I
seen the comment earlier too. We appreciate the love, baby. We appreciate the love.
We definitely I saw Harrisburg and assumed that it was PA, but the Berg boys, Mid-South, North Carolina. How far are these North Carolina teams from Charlotte? Like, are y'all driving in the day of?
Bro, North Carolina's a big state, dog.
Creekside is the Pacific Northwest, Tito. Division 1 team is Creekside.
Yep.
So let's update this real quick. As we get information, we want to make sure we give y'all up to date. So they said this is Creekside. And the Berg boys is from NC. Perfect. Hey, we want to really thank y'all because y'all help us keep this stuff up to date. So cool. Filling in. Tri-City Gators. Don't know much. Fast Break, by far the favorite. A perennial powerhouse, Tito, the Downingtown Young Women.
You got Downingtown in there. That's not going to be.
Then we got our boy Rodney Myers that's coming with a squad that I think they competed last year nationally. I think they can compete with anybody. Again, the right draw, the right situation with the football God's blessing.
If I'm not mistaken, I saw that. I watched that Creekside team play. They was down there last year, yo. They're them Cali teams. You can't sleep on them Cali teams in the national championship. I know cats is always quick.
You can't sleep on them at all.
Yeah, you can't sleep on the Cali team. Yeah,
them dudes are coming with big
Santa Margarita. You can't sleep. All them West Coast teams, they got a different swag to them.
12U. Perennial powerhouse names, Tito. And North Riley Bulldogs is a perennial powerhouse. I watched them play Dorchester years ago. They had a stacked. I think they met at like 12U or JV. North Riley Bulldogs are dogs. They got teams. Gilbert is traditionally a national team that makes it the Nationals a lot. We obviously know you got the game of the week. Fort Myers Firecats versus Fleming Island. I tell y'all right now what I'm gonna do. Next year, I am just gonna fly around and do. I'm gonna call ESPN and ask them to allow me to host an ESPN 5. Do they got an ESPN 5 chair? ESPN, tap in. I want an ESPN 5 show where we do youth football game day, where I do nothing except go around the games, and we do it like college game day, because games like Fort Myers Firecats and Fleming Island, that deserve to be nationally televised. Lower Perk, Tito, we know that they always at nationals. They was there last year at 13U. New Haven Steelers out of our area is coming with a nice squad. I think they're better than last year. And then you got, obviously, the number 1 team in the nation, or the number 3 team in the nation, but they're favored, and you still got to give them the props. They're the number 1 ranked team out of 12U, out of all these teams by far. You got to give them their props, because the team they lost to was from a whole nother league, and that's the NEO Flight. And so I think I don't know who could beat the NEO Flight, but it ain't going to be easy for nobody. If it's anything that could be an Achilles heel, Tito, for teams like NEO and teams from New England, is what you talking about. the fact that they've been sitting for so long.
Yeah, they've been sitting for a month right now.
And so it's hard to recreate that football feeling. It's hard to recreate that feeling, right? And so you only can get better at football by playing football. Right? Practice makes you better, but hopefully in practice, you're practicing football. And you can practice so much, but until your kids got to rise for a game, I don't think. And then at D1, Tito, as we fill in this bracket, let me say, if y'all know who the 13U Mid-South, Southwest, and Pacific Northwest.
No, we know Southwest. Southeast. Oh, West Chase already punched their ticket? Or
West
we're just
Chase
assuming?
punched their ticket, and I think West Chase is perennials ahead of anybody, Tito. I mean, you saw them and you called me and said, yo, this is what they got is crazy. They got who I think is the fastest kid in the nation.
But hold on. They got Ocean. That Ocean side is the same Ocean side as the 14U. They just got different names at every level. That's that
Ocean
same
side
program.
is back at 14U. Right.
But I know, but that Oceanside Pirates is the same Oceanside as they just got
I don't
different
care who it
names.
is. I don't care who it is. West Chase got a bomb squad.
No,
And
Enon's
they
there.
have the fastest kid in the nation on their team. And I haven't seen all the kids going down, but I saw Blaze in person and I watch him on film. I don't see a kid as fast as him.
It looks like he
I will
got
say
better.
this, Tito. There is one other kid that you and I saw in person that either they're up there with Blaze, and that's your boy out of New York.
He was connected.
They have a 12U kid in
Division.
Division 2. This kid is fast. Like, he's fast. I watched him in person at our field, Tito, and I was like, holy
We scrimmaged
I
him.
ain't
I
seen a kid
know.
that fast.
We scrimmaged him. I know firsthand.
I mean, look, I tell everybody the Hartford 12U played the hardest schedule on the whole year. Like, you guys played them. They're down at Nationals. New Haven, who's down at Nationals. You guys played, you went out to Jersey, played teams that was in regional champions. So it was a game. But that kid from Schenectady is fast. But Blaze is the fastest kid, I believe, in the nation with the ball. I don't know his 40 time. I don't care about that. I'm talking about football fast. There's kids I seen who could run 40s, but they don't look fast on the football field. Blaze looked fast on the football field. You know what I'm saying? I mean, against my very own team, and I seen him do it during the semis. He catches a hitch, and he has this unique way to make the cornerback turn their body by making a move. And once you turn your body like this, and he's running that way, by the time you take your left leg and turn, he's too fast, you're gone, you're hit. You better stay square and hope he run into you. I seen him do it. He manipulates the defense of back with his movement because he know where he want to go. And so, I don't care if y'all say I'm riding the kid, whatever. I give props what props is due. There's sometimes you see stuff that you haven't seen before. I typically haven't seen a kid that fast playing youth football. It's a unique speed. I seen him. I seen the kid from Schenectady. Them two kids have a different football speed than a lot of kids that I saw. Oceanside, though, Tito, is a perennial powerhouse. They come down, they play hard-nosed football. They don't play no games. They block, and they will drill you, and they come down with big bodies. So I think they always have a shot. They always got a shot when they playing.
Enon's a perennial powerhouse.
And Enon was there at 12U last year. People forget that Enon has been there numerous years.
Enon's not North Carolina neither. That's Philly, dog. That's Philly. You got it, North Carolina. That's PA. That's PA, cuz.
I know, bro. I don't know what I was thinking about. Let me fix that. It's fixed, bro. Don't stop getting on me. You little, you must be making a jerk turkey over there because you're a little spicy tonight, bro. You getting
my
on
shit's
me.
in the brine. I told you my shit's in the brine, cuz.
I did that last night. Now my thing got the seats. I actually got a refrigerator down here in the man cave, so it's in the refrigerator. So we know Bloomfield, Tito, I think got one of the best defenses we have seen in a long time.
Well, they're big. They're big. They're gonna match up. They're gonna match up with all these guys size-wise.
I think Bloomfield's gonna have to put up more points down at Nationals. and they got a player that could do it. At least lead them to putting up more points. Michael, what's the last name?
Stratford, I think.
Stratford. They got a player who I think can compete with anybody in the nation at going back and forth. So we'll see. We'll see how it play out depending on the draw and all of that. I don't think that they'll draw West Chase. They drew him first last year. So Bloomfield should get a shot at, possibly playing West Chase later in the bracket if they're both successful. I mean, a lot of things can happen. There's no sorry teams right here so far. Algonquin, however you say that, Argonauts, they actually got, if I'm not mistaken, they lost a couple games, Tito, and they lost Division 2, then jumped up to Division 1, and since there was no competition, they're going. So I don't think that they actually won Division 1. You know what I'm saying? I think that what they did was they got the bye. Tim said it right here. D1 was NDO. Ohio is the regional champion. Algonquin got the invite to fill the void. Okay, so they're both going. Let's fix this, Tito. So no NDO stand for no days off, by the way. I kind of like that name. I can't front. NDO stand for no days off.
It's at 13, dog. That's at 13.
I know. Hey, I was looking for this to edit it. So at 13U, let's move up. We got Mid-America on the invite. And then we need to edit. I don't think Pacific Northwest is sending nobody. So let's copy this. I'm sorry, I'm on my technical pace. Then we'll hit this, and then we'll go NDO, no days off. And they're the winner. And so I'll leave that there. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams. Well, wait, who's the Mid-South winner? Yo, and you know what, Tim? You've been told me this, and I posted it on my other thread. If you look, Tim, I'm actually in my comments because it was pushed back too far, so I'm filling it in. Then I'm gonna take it and repost it tonight. But you did, Ben, tell me all of this. Me and you actually talked about this. And they said Cap City is the Mid-South. I think we had that, right? Yeah, Cap City is I updated that. 8 Southwest is Colorado Warriors at 8U. We didn't talk about 8U. Southwest, Colorado Warriors. Let's update. This is good stuff, Tito. They're helping us out, bro. We getting an idea what the picture look like nationally.
Yeah, when you talk about AU, and you're gonna have to throw D2 up there at some point. So let's finish. 13.
Yeah, we gonna do D2.
Go to 8.
D2 is gonna drop tomorrow. So what did I say this team was? Damn.
Whoever they just put in there, dog.
Whoever they just put.
Somebody put it in there. Capital City Steelers.
Capital City Steelers? Nope, that wasn't it. I already saw that one. Oh, Colorado Warriors is the Southwest. Colorado is Southwest.
Yeah.
And I know who the Mid-America team was. It was who was Mid-America, Tim? Tim told Plainfield Saints, 9U. You told me who was the 8U, Tim? I got it in right, and I don't want to get out of this. Anyway.
Oh no, they're 9U. We say Plainfield's 9U. Tim, who's the 8U? 8U.
I got it. Tim sent it to me. Hold on. Let me tell y'all who it is. Because me and Tim talked about it. They out of Ohio. It is 8U is NWO Warrenville. That's who it is, Tim. NWO. What does NWO stand for?
New World Order.
That's what it stands for?
Nah, that was the wrestling shit from the WCW days.
All right, so there you go. Let's talk about 14U, Tito. I posted 14U. Let's see if we can talk about that. The big boys got to get some love, man.
Oh, shit. He said I was right. I think it's New World Order, yo.
Northwest Ohio, it said.
Oh.
All right, so let's talk about 8U. Here you go, Tito. You got Hartford Hurricanes, Fort Myer Firecats, I think he mean Enon Eagles, not Neon Eagles. Capital City Steelers, Fontana. Fontana is back. I used to watch Fontana all the time at like the in-between levels, junior, pee-wee. They come with a good football team. Fontana, shout out to y'all. NWO Warrenville Tigers, CO Warriors, Coyote Creek Wildcats. Let me say something. I seen this Capital Steelers line, Tito.
Yeah, nah. Capital City's a long time Pop Warner powerhouse. Like they've been there many a times as an organization. So
they come with a lot of size. They got I don't know if it's their center, but I seen them post a picture.
Bro, low key, that bracket right there.
It's hard. It ain't easy. But we don't know about AU though, right? Like they're spread.
I'm just telling you, I'm looking at the names. Like we've heard of Coyote Creek Wildcats. We've heard of NWO.
Oh, yeah, name for name.
Capital City. You've heard of Enon. You've heard of Fort Myers. You heard of Hartford. Like, you know what I'm saying? You've heard of Fontana. Low key, that's a nice spread out bracket. It looks like there's representation from all 8 regions. There's no invite there. That's a good bracket. That's a good bracket.
I would say possibly the second hardest bracket. Name-wise, and that's these names, Tito, at almost every single one I know except MWO. Every other name, Tito. Every other name.
And trust me, this is the only week that I watch. Well, we never seen AU there, but I usually barely ever get to watch the little guys play. When we're there in National Championship week, I watch all the games. So I can tell you right now that bracket's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
So he said Fort Myers play Titletown at this level. So let's edit that because that ain't no guaranteed win for Fort Myers. Titletown they play road football. Can I just say I love the Titletown name, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was gonna take that for the Hartford Hurricanes and start my slogan, but when y'all beat me in 2019 with that 14U team that won the national championship, I ditched it. I said I'd never use that name after they beat me. Titletown will never get used. They shouldn't have beat me. I had a great team.
If I ain't mistaken, Titletown is they're out of Valdosta, which is I believe the most
one of the best high schools. Yeah,
in Georgia. No, I think it's the most win. Like they got the most state titles.
That was one of them. I heard that is definite. All right, let's talk about 14U, Tito. We know who your favorite is. Oceanside.
Right, Oceanside. Sorry, I know the New England Cats are gonna be mad. But last year, when I saw him, I picked them.
You picked them right out the gate.
They came up short. They coming back this year, reloaded.
But I will say, Tito, there's a team that's back.
Yeah, St. James ain't no joke. But there's a sleeper out of New England with
hey,
Dayton,
listen, I'm gonna say this.
With Dayton Rehoboth.
Right? Dayton Rehoboth
played St. James tight.
St. James Royals, and the St. James Royals won by 1 point. And during the year, West Elmwood had Dayton Rehoboth up like 19-6 and end up losing 21-19. Now we know at the end, Dayton Rehoboth put it on West Elmwood. So I say all of that to say it could be fluid depending on the team that shows up. These the big boys, Tito. Who you going with? And let me reiterate: you got West Volusia on an invite, Tito, and you got the Fort Myers Firecats. You know when Florida bring out 14-year-olds, 14U, they come with they come with that fire. I'm just saying.
You got Odell. You got Odell there too. I mean, you got Odell
Eagles, and they home. They're home. I'm going with Oceanside. I'm gonna stick with our guy Tito.
I'm sticking. I'm going Ocean.
I gotta stick with Oceanside being the favorite in the bracket.
They're the favorite. Out of those teams, I mean, St. James. You can make a case for St. James, but
here's what only thing that St. James. I'm going with Oceanside over them only for this reason.
St. James is out of Jersey, by the way.
Go ahead.
St. James out of New Jersey for people that so they're within a couple of. We know who St. James is my point. We're just not
the running back that was at Brick City, I think, that was with them last year that had to leave. He was a difference maker. He's a dog. He's a straight dog. And
he's not there. He's not there.
he's not there. Now, look, they can have somebody better. I don't know. I didn't see them play, but I got Oceanside was talking about this very moment from last year when they lost. Remember, we talked to them from last year when they lost. Oceanside's been talking about.
If they got that whole team back, it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see them out there.
So and listen, I love the big. I'm gonna tell you what I love. Pop, want to thank you. You guys did something that I thought was important. They went back to night games. Did you notice that?
Well, they went back to. It was only in the stadium that day. It wasn't during the week.
No, you're talking about the weekend. I'm talking about for the.
Oh,
first
during the
week.
week they did. Yeah, you're right. They did.
I think they got the 6:00 game back. Somebody posted the. I could go to it, but let me see if it's up here. Somebody had posted it. I think I posted it too. Somebody posted the times of the games. That's why I don't like scrolling through Facebook. Let me get off of it before y'all see something I want y'all to see. Let me try to get to it. Didn't I post it? And I posted in our form. I might have posted it in our form. We will be introducing Division 2 coming soon. Also, I want to announce that we will have the bracket show reveal live on December 2nd, right here on the New England Youth Football Podcast. Tune in. We'll talk about it live.
Where we going at? Where you getting? We're
going to be at the Boys and Girls Club with the Hartford Hurricanes 8 and 10U, and we're going to try to get on coaches live that night to talk, Tito. So we already know some of the teams that's making it. We're scheduling out coaches to jump on, talk about it. We'll have the Hartford Hurricanes 8U coach. We'll talk to another 8. We're going to try to talk to 2 coaches in every bracket that's going to be showing up. I think that's going to be dope to talk to the head coaches, get a feel. We should do it like ESPN, man. That's how we supposed to treat our situation. The game schedule was shared. 9 to 6. That's what I was saying. Basically, the last game I think will start around 6:00. That's a night game. That's pretty dope to me. That's what Pop Warner used to do. Remember, Tito used to take the hour off. I think they're still doing that, and then they come back and play the later games. I think that's pretty dope. But the bracket reveal show right here live, it'll be on New England Podcast. I know that y'all been asking about it, and so we will have that live. Now, we don't know. We kind of do know, but Division 2, Tito, I'm going to release tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, Friday, right? Tomorrow is, we got to wait. It's Thanksgiving. Everybody going to be with their family. But Division 2, we're going to release tomorrow. And I want to say that we know some of the people that's coming in Division 2, Tito. Matter of fact, I think I showed you some of them, Tito, right?
Well, I mean, from up this way, we know Schenectady, Stratford's going to be out there. I mean, we know Schenectady, Belmont.
Hamden,
Schenectady, Belmont Patriots. Belmont Patriots.
Belmont Patriots. Mount Hope at 10U. Hamden at 9.
Yep. Mount Hope at 8. No, not at 8, right? Just at 10.
West Haven at 11. 12 is Stratford. And 13 is Manchester. To me, Manchester got a complete team. You said that to me when we talked. Manchester do got a complete team. I think Manchester can compete. I think Manchester team is more complete than they was a year ago, in my opinion. It ain't a knock on the Manchester team last year.
We got to see who else shows up over there, because there's always some of those regions put the runner-up in D2, which could be a complete bomb squad to another region. So it's interesting to see who shows up at D2 at Nationals.
So I had the 12U Division 2 teams. I do got them written out. I didn't I don't have them on me, but I did have it written out. But whatever. I don't have it on me now. But I think that like I said, I still believe that one of the most complete teams we got coming out of New England is the Manchester 13U team. I don't know if you believe that, but looking at their team, they're a pretty complete team. if you're talking about a team that could compete nationally, I think that they got everything that you would need in a team to compete nationally. They can run the ball, they could pass, like a real passing game too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And they can run the ball. And the play design, I think that they live on the edge a little bit. They're not scared to do what, you and I wouldn't do. We not, I don't want to call a game out for anybody that might play it, but you know what I mean. Their playbook is pretty elaborate at 13U. And so, I just think that they're gonna be good for anybody that, is going to come out and play football. And so I'm looking forward to seeing Manchester on Division II day. Hey, Greg, are you on? Greg, North Carolina, Greg Parler, you on? Bro, hit me up in my inbox. Me and Tito want to do the podcast live Wednesday night. That's after Division I night. We want to grab a club and invite everybody out to come out and to the podcast live wherever we at. But we need a spot. I ain't from
or a sports bar something.
A sports bar something. We want to be able to contact them, let us set up our equipment, and go live. So Greg, inbox me, brother. Let's talk about it. Everybody come out and have a drink with us. Water, soda, drinky drink, Jesus juice, whatever it is that you drink. Come out, chill with us. All right, Tito, we do have a all right, so you want to talk about the regional championship games? Let's start with 9U. Let's start with 8U Division II. Seekonk versus Mount Hope. Surprise, not surprise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a surprise. We knew from the intel we was getting all year that they had something brewing in Seekonk, and they got the better of Mount Hope Sunday morning. I mean, I was surprised at the score. That was probably the most shocking score on the weekend to me.
Seekonk really, the way they beat them surprised me. Mount Hope is usually the tougher, a very tough team, hard nosed. You're not going to push me around, etc. And Seekonk just went straight at them. They knew that they didn't have the speed to go sideline to sideline, so they said, "We just gonna man up and out tough you." I was surprised they put up 30 points, manhandling Mount Hope up front and just running at them. So shout out to Seekonk. As a matter of fact, there was 2 young men in Seekonk, Tito. I wrote it down. I wanted to send them a shout out because when I tell you these young men was balling, Tito, I thought I wrote down their names somewhere. I thought I did, man. I might have messed it up. Let me see. Damn, I thought I wrote down their names. I didn't. They had a lineman, Tito. He's 7 years old, bro. This was a big boy, man. And Tito, he was a baller. He had the rag hanging out the back of his pants. He was a baller. I mean, Mount Hope had a big kid too, and this kid was up for the challenge. And so I don't know his name. And they had a little quarterback, man. This kid was running right up in the middle, staying inside. He wouldn't go outside. Shout out to them. D2, 9U, Tito. Hamden Hurricanes. Who did they play? Eastland?
Yeah, they put the Lamborghini doors on.
Yeah, I mean, from the get-go, Hamden was just too much. Hamden is another team that could possibly play nationally with the talent level, the running backs, the line size that they got. That was a shabizzle. 10U Division II. I was surprised Mount Hope smoked Edgewood like that. They was up by 20. That might have been the biggest win in the whole region and our regional championships, including Division Ones. Dude, they had 28 points in the first quarter, Tito. By the old rules, Mount Hope put Edgewood on the clock in the first quarter. 28 points in the first quarter. I mean, they just came out and completely dominated Edgewood. Not even close. Not even close. I mean, shabizzle, as our boy Jeff Hammond said, gave them the shabizzle. I was like, oh my God. Like, I was completely surprised. There was some chirping in the beginning, that friendly, rivalry banter. all of that's going on, and I'm like, oh, this is about to be a good game. Let me sit up here and watch. By the time I sat down and ate any type of popcorn, shabizzle, it was over. I went down and brought Edgewood their book. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Yeah, they put the beat down on him.
11U D2. Boy, listen. That young man Crawford put on a show, bro. He put on a show. I mean, who did West Haven play?
West Lynn.
Eastland.
Eastland. I'm sorry. Hold on. The Lynn cats, don't shoot me. All right. Don't shoot me. Eastland, the Bulldogs, the Navy and Great. The Navy and Great.
Another shabizzle. I mean, and I did not know Crawford played that well until I watched the highlight film because I was working the gate.
I told you he's a different style. He's a different style player than his brother.
Right. I like his game, bro. And look, King's my guy, but his brother game is wonderful. Like he comes with
he's a big back. He's a big back
boy.
Right?
He seemed to.
You got Sid's son at quarterback, and you got Sid's son at quarterback. Sid's son at quarterback. He's a decent player.
You don't. Until now, I didn't feel like anyone emerged as like a superstar, but Crawford's a superstar. He did superstar stuff. So I mean, at some point you become a superstar, and so 9U D2, the Spanish Spring Cougars. Wow, where's Spanish Spring Cougars out of, Katie? Tell us. All right, Tito, that's 11U, 12U D2. Stratford versus Edgewood. This was a highly anticipated game, and let me say something. That Edgewood kid, number 33, hats off to you, young man. I saw you carry a team of good football players for 10, 12 yards right out the gate. Never seen nothing like it. This was a dog. I mean, this was a boy, right? He was a young man this game. I got to give that young man props. He was getting hit, and bro, everybody went for a ride. It was nobody that did not go for a ride. I don't care what nobody say. Now, Stratford clearly had too much. You know what I'm saying? Quinn was on fire this game. Like, I that boy did a fake that I don't even know if it was called. I think he took it upon himself to say, nah. He pulled that thing out of there, hit that edge, touchdown. Quinn had a day. All right? And to me, Quinn willed his team to this victory. Everybody did their thing. Obviously, Samir did his thing and the other defensive players did. But Quinn was on fire offensively this game, right? Running the ball, getting out of the pocket, rolling out, throwing, doing fakes, hitting the corner. He had a game. So, JB, you corny. You're a cornball, JB. You fuck out of here. What are you talking about? That kid was definitely nice. Don't take nothing from him. No, I don't like that shit. Because he's shooting at me because I said the kid was heavy 2.0. I stand on what I said. JB, and that's corny for you to shoot at that kid. Because he definitely had a ball game. He definitely carried your whole team, whether you like it or not. Now, you could take it or not, but he carried your whole team. And that's factual, true. He was a monster. And y'all had a hard time bringing him down. So don't tell me fuck out of here when I was there on your sideline. I did your NPR, and it's true. He carried your team. He was a dog. Y'all had the better team. Y'all won the game, but give that man his props. That boy played football. Don't take nothing from that kid. Like I said, Tito, they had a good team. Stratford had the better team. Case closed. I don't care who was MVP, bro. I didn't say the kid was MVP. Cool, you could give any MVP you want. We don't give out MVPs on the podcast. I don't care who's the MVP or who's not the MVP. I'm just giving this young man his props. Though y'all had the better team, I just want to give this man his props. That's all I'm saying. But nobody needs to fuck out of here. It's just true. You know what I'm saying? And saying that he was heavy 2.0 didn't take nothing away from your running back. Your running back was your running back. But 33 was a dog. If everybody who watched that game saw a kid that a whole team had to concentrate on, and when he was dragging your team, you was on the sideline screaming, get his legs! Get his legs! everybody saw it, bro. Like, get that young man his props. No, he was not enough to beat y'all. Y'all had the better team. Y'all had better running backs, better quarterback. Your line played well. You know, it's clearly, but he was a big back and he was good. 33 was good. Like, case closed. I'm sure y'all had a plan for him, Deuce. I mean, shit. Y'all better had. If y'all didn't have a plan for him, y'all wouldn't have won. So, I mean, defense. No, I mean, we knew about him, so I know y'all knew about him. I got the inbox of how he was running. I knew it was gonna go crazy. And so, but you know what? I mean, think of like Scott LaRock said, think about the kickoff. You don't see it, Tito, but the boy called a kickoff. I mean, he ain't fast, Tito. He ain't fast, right? But he was just a low. Anyway, Stratford completely dominated the second half and blew the game wide open. Eventually they wore out Edgewood, so it wasn't close. 13U D2, Manchester, Shabizzle. We love Laser. Laser came out and scored first. Nowhere near enough, Tito. Nowhere near enough. Laser I will say this. Laser had one of the best running quarterbacks that I've seen all year. I did not know Laser had a kid. That kid looked like he was about 6'1", Tito, 200 pounds, and he had speed. And he took off on Manchester right out the gate. And I actually was like, oh, snap, I was wrong. It's going to be a game. But when Manchester settled down and played defense, you could see Manchester was just the better team. Whole team. They were complete. They were bigger. They were faster. They were more aggressive. And it is what it is. Plus, Laser team fumbled around 3 times. You can't do that in a regional championship, Tito. You know that.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Let's go to Division 1. What games got played? 9U, Division 1. Best game of the day.
Yep, Boston Raiders. Lawrence had his chances. Lawrence was up 16-6. I thought they were going to pull away, but then, you know, like I tried to tell people, it's more than just 21. I told people that it was more than that. Everybody was like, it's 21. So
you didn't tell nobody that. You didn't tell nobody.
I said it in the podcast before.
You didn't say it was nobody that. You said that at the game. But on the podcast, we did not say it.
On the podcast. That's anybody. I said it on the podcast prior. They got more than 21, dog. They got more than 21.
Okay.
And it was exactly the kid I remember for the All-Star, the other kid. He chewed him up. 25 chewed him up.
Listen, I will say I was wrong. I did not know. I wasn't surprised about 25 because I saw him last year in the regional championship. He actually got more carries, I think, than 21 last year when we were at New Britain. I was surprised when I saw number 1 and number 2, I think, get the ball, the little number 2 and number 1. Yeah. They look like they could be running the ball a lot more too. I was surprised when I saw them. But listen, bro, number 20. Let's you can kill us. You can play all the big games y'all want. At the end of the day, the Justice League came through. Okay? All the characters came together. They jumped inside number 21. And when it was needed, dun. We got to put the Superman.
I got my confirmation right there. I got my confirmation right there in the comments.
I don't care if you said nothing about any other kid. We know when it's time to come through, we know who comes through. What did I tell you when Lawrence didn't score?
Oh no,
that's Mr. Postman.
Not scoring that first drive.
Superman's about to be great, and Superman did what? Pop down the right sideline. And I told you, because you thought Boston was in trouble at first. And I told you, Superman, bro, they got him. And you can only stop him for so long. And I don't care who feel any type of way about me saying it. The truth of the matter is, and he will carry Boston as far as they go. And that's okay, Tito. We all have been in football games where our best player need to play great for us to win. I have that on my 10U team. If my quarterback don't play great, we won't win, bro. If he don't play great, they're not winning. Other kids can step up and play good, but you need Superman. 25 shocked me. I'm going to tell you what he shocked me. I knew he could run the ball because, like I said, he played against Danbury. I didn't know he would outrun a team.
Yeah,
That
no,
was
that
my
a couple of he had big
when
runs.
he
He had
popped.
big
I
runs.
was thinking, oh, he'll get walked down because I remember Danbury walking him down. Remember,
Nah, he had
he
the
popped
angle.
against Danbury and got walked down.
He had the angles on Saturday.
But he had 2 long runs, right, for TDs,
Two
like
big
it
ones.
was
Two
50
big ones.
plus.
Two big ones. Two big
Two-
ones. And I thought what really hurt Lawrence, even though they went up 16-6, just imagine if they scored. Remember, they got down inside the 5, the first drive of the
And didn't
game.
score.
And then got fancy down there. Where I
The
didn't
jet
think they
sweep and the
needed.
passes
They
they
didn't
did.
have to get fancy down there. They should have just punched it in. I think it would have been a different game if they punched it in right there. Because even at 16-6, we looked at the clock. It was 16-6. There was
Third.
still 18 minutes left in the game. There was 2 minutes into the third. I forgot who was sitting at us. I said, oh, that's too much time. Next thing you know, here comes the big runs. You know what I'm saying?
See, I was right. Moss said number 1 and number 2 can get busy too. I know remember, Tito, when you saw them kids get the ball, you said, where the hell has these kids been? Like they had Boogie, they carried the rock right, they was shifty, they had it all, like they had it all. And I'm like, oh snap, like I could do a 3 running back system with those kids. And the game changer INT by 25. I didn't see that. I might have missed it.
No, he had a pick. Yeah, there was a pick down the stretch.
It was. I might have missed that. I might have missed it. So yeah, listen, Boston gonna be tough to beat. If teams don't got speed, they might very well win it all. If you're not fast, you there's nothing you could do. I'm just gonna tell you right now. 10U, 11U D1. Rodney Myers versus my surprise game of the weekend, Tito. I remember I told you that would be the Shabizzle. It wasn't.
But Ricka played tough.
Ricka came and played. And
tough.
Bill Ricka was mostly 10, I think.
Bill Ricka played tough.
I remember.
Weren't they there last year at 10? They were there last year at 10,
At
Division
11.
1.
At 11.
Oh, was that 11?
They might have been 11.
Back
Or unless those kids went to third. It's hard to tell with the every 2 years. It's hard to tell with the every 2 years, bro. It's hard. They were at Nationals at 11U. My assumption is those kids went to 13U because they were in it at 13U.
See, they were there last year at 9. Bill Ricka was there at 9. Georgia's saying it right there.
Oh, so those could be 10-year-olds. Yeah. So they're gonna be good next year. Again,
yeah,
they'll be good at 11. At D1. So whoever at 11 Division 1, you know what you got to deal with next year, right? You got to deal with some kids that's played 11U. And then 13U D1, another good game. Lawrence and Bloomfield, bro.
Lawrence had his opportunities early.
Yeah, they came out.
I believe if they strike early, I believe it's a different game. And Bloomfield's defense is tough. It's been tough for the last 2 years. They play better defense than offense, but they got they got a Superman back there too at quarterback that he can make things happen. He can make things happen.
In a nutshell, everybody, get you a Superman. If you want to be good. Find a Superman if you want to be good. That's all I can tell you. Because if you don't have a Superman, it's going to be tough for you. That's all I'm going to say. They got, you got to find you a Superman, man. Some people can find a Superman. Some people can't. Find you a Superman. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? Rodney Meyer said Bill Ricka. Shout out to them. They were the best team he played all year.
Bluefield 13U defense is going to keep them in games. I believe even next week is going to keep them in games. They got to figure out a way to consistently just put pressure on cats offensively, and I think they'll be fine. Defensively, they should be in those games.
Watch the Tri-City Gators 11U D1 out of Cali go to work at Nationals. Do y'all have to deal with kids playing modified and pop?
Yeah,
what is modified?
Middle school ball.
Not in New England. Not in New England, Sean. We don't really deal with that.
They call that shit in New York, modified.
Oh, not in New England. We don't deal with that. Yeah, Tito. So look, man. Here's our question of the night for everybody. Are we ready in the youth space to share film like high school?
I think it'll make things easier. I just know people are too finicky
What's up
about
with y'all out here? So now we
Cats
know
is
about
too-
the fast break.
Cats
know
is
y'all
too finicky about trading film. I think it's the best way to do it. You that way it saves gas. It saves a lot of things. Just trade the film.
I mean, are
it.
people willing to trade film out there? Ryan, if I called you next year at 11U, hypothetically, let's say you was coaching 11, and you said, yo, Phil, let's swap film. Give me your championship game. I'll give you mine. Are you willing to do that? And everybody, don't just say yes to say yes. I want dudes to think about that. Jordan Lark, you sharing film? Huh? People share film with who they want to. Well, in high school, it's a common practice. So my question is, if I was going to rephrase it, should it be a common practice in youth football to share film? I mean, why do Jordan Lark really got to drive 2 hours away, spend $40, $50? And I know the old saying is, oh, you got to put in your work. But what if we just share the film? We both, listen, good coaches know you're going to get their game on film, right? Let's be honest. If me and Jordan Lark is about to play in a regional championship, he knows Phil going to have him on film, and I know he's going to have me on film. Everybody get Hartford on film because these cowards in Connecticut share our film. That's what they do to us all the time. They share it to our national opponents. That's okay. I don't care. But let's just share then. Don't have me drive to Danbury. Send me your film. I'll send you mine. I'd rather watch high school. I'm going to have to watch NFL football on Sunday than drive to y'all games. In high school, they have to share film. Hey, let me ask you this. What if your league mandated that you share film? Would you be mad? Tito, if Central or hypothetically, if Bell City got in the for those that don't know, Tito was announced as the Bell City, a new youth football commissioner team, right? So I'm asking him this question because he's no longer in the Hartford. Hypothetically, Tito, let's say Bell City was in Tri-State Pop Warner. What would you be mad if Tri-State announced you have to share film with your opponents?
No, because I've done it. I do it with people, the cats I mess with like that. We've done it. You send last week's film, they send you last week's film, and there you go. Even swap.
Jordan, dudes don't have a deep enough bag. That's why they would say no. It don't cost anything to share film.
No, just Huddle.
I got Huddle. I can transfer it right to your email.
You film exchange on Huddle.
Rodney, that's true. I think Fairfield County is one that mandates it, right? That mandated Fairfield County. I think Fairfield County is one. Oh, what do you mean deep enough bag if you ain't talking about money? Terrell said, I believe in high school now CT teams have to upload each game into a shared file with all teams. Oh, the offensive bag. Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. I can see what that means. No, he means plays and stuff. Oh, I got you. I'm kind of reading off the cuff. That's all. I'm kind of reading off the cuff. Yeah, so I don't know. This is something that New York probably won't do. Yeah, I know, but I'm wondering why Fairfield County via Huddle. So, who's recording their games, JB? Because I heard that Fairfield County, they record all the games and upload it in the Huddle for you. That's what I heard. My bad. I heard that Fairfield County uploads the games for you. I could be wrong, Tito. But so I don't know. I want to get to a place where we start to open up youth football a little bit more. Watching film and youth football is kind of overrated, being that the game is better. I don't know, Tanil. Tanelli, my bad. I might be calling you the wrong name. I don't know, Tanelli. I mean, I will say this. the film can be deceiving. If I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
That's
no,
true.
I agree. I agree with that because me
Film
personally,
can be deceiving.
I'd rather
but it
be
ain't
at-
overrated.
I'd rather
It's
be
not
at the game. I'd rather be at the game with the notepad, bro. Like me personally, because the film, again, film doesn't give you the greatest gauge on how fast the team really is or their actual size. Film doesn't give you a good gauge at that because usually when you get the all 22 pick, it's from a distance. So it's hard to really gauge the size and true speed of a team, just basing everything off of film. Now, what you can get is obviously the X's and O's and the schematics of what they're doing, but you still don't get that real life gauge of how physical they are, how big they are, how truly fast they are.
I agree with that. I don't think it's overrated, but I do think to gauge a team through film only is tough. I've watched a lot of team at Nationals showed up and was like, God damn, this is not what I saw on film. How do players get nominated for the All-Star team? So, Ryan, there's no nomination process.
Try out.
They show up and just try out. And the coaches pick the top 25 kids. You just show up and try out. Ain't no nomination process. When the tryout locations announced, show up and try out and get selected because Connecticut coming for the lark. They coming for the lark. Wait till we start memeing in February. We starting early this year. The major question is, do coaches know how to break down film? I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. You know? Oh, yep, that's what he was trying to say. I feel you, Tito, because I'm behind you in the stands listening to your calls. I always go to the team sideline I'm playing too. There is a coach who scouts down to the field level. He gets into the team celebration huddle for a closer look. Who is that? Ty Carter, JB, or you? I think Jordan Larkin, JB, when you playing them, you just know who's going to be at your fence on the sideline with their hands up like this with the glasses that record, acting like they're not recording. You may not see nothing in their hand, but they getting you. That's what they just leaked out. Yo! Tito, it's your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140. I think it's time to get up out of here, my brother.
It's your boy Coach Correa, the General, 860 Army. See y'all Tuesday night for the Bracket Reveal show.
Bracket Reveal show will be at 8 o'clock. We'll be here live. So just remember that. Word of the day. I need to keep going back to my word of the day, Tito. I haven't been doing it. People will rock with you for only two reasons, and everybody should listen to this. Either you beneficial or you beneficial. You just got to figure out which one. I say it again for the people in the back. People will rock with you for two reasons. Either you beneficial, you been official, or you beneficial. You figure it out. It's your peoples. Your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140. Dear, we got a fun-filled show tonight.
Hot. I met a boy today.
It's your boy Coach Correa, the General, 860 Army.
She loving my style every time I'm
You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8 you down to Nationals.
I'm around. She caught me
When
quick.
certain people
Know how
don't
to
get their
treat
way or
you,
they
got
feel
me
slighted,
kissed.
they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't.
The hood, we locked the
Clear.
strip.
I've never removed a staff to allow a staff to move up.
No,
Never.
that's not what I'm saying. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town.